reading. And in this reading, Capricorn, what we're going to do is bring through a message from these oracle cards from source for your highest and best self. Capricorn, if you did want to book a personal reading, which is generally intuitive tarot and oracle cards, you can do so using the Capricorn, welcome to your oracle reading. Capricorn, welcome to your oracle reading. And in this reading, Capricorn, what we're going to do is bring through a message from these oracle cards and from source for your highest and best. Capricorn, welcome to your oracle reading. And in this reading, Capricorn, what we're going to do is use these oracle cards to bring through a message from source for your highest and best good. What I'm doing is using a lead tarot energy, and then I have cards from the Sacred Power reading deck and the Work Your Light Oracle. Before we jump in, Capricorn, if you want to arrange a personal reading or healing, which is generally an intuitive tarot reading, you can do so with the link down below to my website. So let's jump in. The lead tarot energy is the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is often around our work or study, okay? It can talk about working together in a team environment, coming together with others. Now, at the bottom of the Work Your Light Oracle, I've got Align Your Life. What is not aligned or needs to change? So I have this kind of feeling in this reading that, you know, it's feeling like either what you're studying or your place of employment or the type of employment is no longer in alignment for you. Now, when something is not in alignment, it begins to feel really challenging, and it can be for many different reasons. It could be because you've outgrown it. It could be because, it's just becoming a real energetic struggle because maybe you are being overworked. Maybe you've fallen out of love for it. Maybe you never loved it in the first place. It could also be that, you know, your work is not really in alignment with your truth, okay? We have the card of truth here, or with your values. You know, maybe you're a creative being and, you know, you're doing like a means to an end type of work. So when it begins to feel like that ongoing battle, like we're swimming against the current or pushing uphill, we really need to make a change. Now, it's natural and normal that we will all experience challenges in work and study, okay? But I'm talking about when it becomes like that day in, day out over a really long period of time, and it's like you can't really re-engage with it. So we know, you know, that definition of insanity when we expect a different result, but we are doing the same thing. So the cards are saying we need to bring fundamental change to the situation. First of all, I feel that we need to get really clear on the truth of the situation, okay? For some of you, you might not be enjoying this role, or it might be feeling out of alignment because you may be dealing with someone who is wearing a false mask. You know, we've all experienced those bosses, mentors, managers, or colleagues who, you know, can be in two faces with us. So that's for some of you. Or maybe you need to take off the mask that you are wearing. Maybe you're not showing up in your truth or expressing yourself exactly how you are. Maybe you're not bringing all of yourself to work through fear of judgment, or, you know, there's many other reasons. It's interesting that we have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So are you one of these people in your role who feel like you can't contribute, or your ideas aren't heard, or you just think, well, you know what, you know, I don't have the loudest voice in the room, I'll just keep quiet. There's kind of this feeling that you can't add value, and there's frustration because of that. What the cards are really saying here, Capricorn, is that, you know, maybe you should express that. But I do feel ultimately with this Align Your Life, I mean, for many of you, you will actually be moving on from the situation, okay? So we've got Divine Consciousness here, and, you know, this is a card of awakening, maybe awakening to your own truth. You might be getting insights or intuitions as well about, you know, the fact that the situation is not really in alignment with your spiritual values as well. Maybe you're really into spirituality and you can't talk about that in your workplace, or you're ostracized in some way. that's what I'm kind of feeling. Or maybe you're going through an awakening, Capricorn, and it is so interesting that many people report that as their consciousness awakens and expands, it's like this feeling of waking up and things don't fit in your life. Like you can all of a sudden, it's like, you know, this person I'm in a relationship with, it's just, you know, it's not a reflection of my truth. And you can say the same about your work as well. So you might be awakening to different levels within you, and now it is time to make some changes. These two cards are really interesting. We've got Soul Journey and Unbound, and the similarity in these cards is that they both show people with these cords of attachment. Now, when we are, you know, working closely with people, when we're in relationships with them personally or professionally, and even to our actual homes, our actual workplaces, we form energetic cords to them, cords of attachment, which means that even though, you know, we go home at the end of the day or we move away from that person, there's a part of our energy that is still attached and interacting. So it feels like there's also some kind of connection here that may need to be broken. And it could be that there is an energy cord between you and somebody who isn't operating in your highest interest. There's something about needing to cut the cord from the situation. So even if you move on and you're still feeling in that drained energy, then you could look at some cord removal meditations. This card here is Unbound. It says releasing soul patterns, contracts, past lives. So you may have heard me talking about this in my other readings, Capricorn. I talk about the pre-birth planning session. I believe that I have had multiple incarnations, and we incarnate in multiple lifetimes in order to evolve, right? In order to learn, in order to grow. You know, Earth is really that school, in order to expand our divine consciousness until we become an awakened being. Now, when I see these cards, it says that, you know, something that you've agreed to in your pre-birth planning is either playing out, or maybe you've completed the contract, okay? Because this card says releasing contracts or past lives. So you might have agreed to have this experience in this workplace, to have this difficult boss or this triggering colleague next to you for reason of learning an important lesson. But I feel that once the lesson has been learned, then it's time to disconnect. And if we stay in that situation, that's when it becomes, you know, really draining and really much a struggle. So I feel like you're being asked to release from the situation, to see that truth, to share your voice. You've had the awakening, and now it's time to be the priest or priestess. How you're being called to step up and lead. It says you're being called to step up and lead from a higher level of consciousness now, and from your intuition, and make a really good call for your life here, Capricorn. There's something about freedom, there's something about liberation here beyond this situation. So that's what I see for you, Capricorn. I think you're kind of awakening to that truth. You may be seeing truth in this workplace situation. Feel like the time is done here. You've achieved that part of your soul journey, and it's time to move on to new experiences. So let's draw a yogic path oracle to close out. We've got Capricorn. Oh, karma. Isn't that interesting? I'm about to place it right in the middle on, you know, Unbound and Soul Journey. And here we have karma. So again, I'm going to come back to say that this was about karmic balancing, and you were meant to have this experience, whatever it is. I believe that in between lives, you know, we will actually have opposite experiences to balance karma. But also know that, you know, anyone that was operating in this situation, you know, without truth or without integrity or inauthenticity, will always, you know, receive the karma. They will always receive, you know, the energy back to them that they have projected out there, and that will be their learning as well. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed this channeled oracle message and that it gave you some insight into your situation. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective, so it may or may not resonate for you, but feel free to drop me a comment if you're called to share. I do read them all, and I also try and interact with you all over there because it helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energy. Don't forget to hit subscribe on your way out, Capricorn. It helps support the channel and also lets you know when I release new videos, so that's our karmic balance. And also liking, sharing and commenting also supports the channel. So Capricorn, I am wishing you all the best with this situation. Time to free yourself and time to step up into that higher consciousness energy. And I will see you back here for plenty more readings very soon. Bye for now.